This is the Spirit of Ecstasy, reviewing medical books. Give you some more really good medical books tonight. This first one, Nancy Carolyn's Emergency Care in the Streets. That's a real good one for emergency care. Gives you all the first aid and first responder and things like that. That's the student workbook part. And then the next one is the main textbook. That's put out by Barnes and Bartlett Publishers. And ISBN number at the era. Nine 0 Emergency Care in the Streets Student Workbook. And this one here is the textbook that goes with it. Emergency Care in the Streets. Nancy E. Carolyn. And Nancy L. Carolyn, M.D., Adjunct Professor of Anesthesiology, Critical Care Medicine, and Critical Care Medicine at the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Put out by Little Brown and Company. Publishers. ISBN 0-316-12891-0. ISBN number at the arrow 0-316-12891-0. And this next one, very good with a lot of illustrations on the brain. The Human Brain, Introduction to its Functional Anatomy by John Nolte. Human Brain. And ISBN 0323-01320-1. And on that one, has lots of good illustrations in it on the brain, different parts of the brain. Lots of good illustrations. Cerebellum. That's the chapter outlines. The chapters. That's the human brain. John Nolte. And the next one is Netter's Internal Medicine. A very unique book. Marshall S. Runga and M. Andrew Gigante. And Dr. Netter was an artist and drew out these different drew out the anatomy of the human body in artistic paintings and so forth. And in the preface it says, Netter's Internal Medicine represents a substantially different approach when presented with the possibility of using the artwork of one of medicine's greatest teachers, the late Frank H. Netter, M.D., and a textbook of general internal medicine. We saw an ideal opportunity to provide a useful practical resource for busy, time-pressured clinicians rather than publishing another exhaustive text that would only add to data overload. We wanted to provide the essentials of good clinical practice in a readable and understandable format. We began with the goal of making learning an earlier process for our readers, whether they be students, house officers, or practicing physicians. We decided to cover in concise yet complete chapters that can be read and understood in a short period of time the most common clinical problems encountered by practicing internists. We then asked our authors to prepare text that would provide insight into complex medical problems so as to help clinicians make accurate diagnoses and select appropriate therapy. We have purposely avoided extensive discussions of pathobiology, focusing instead on the clinical concepts that must be understood in order to make practical decisions regarding patient care. The approach assumes a basic understanding of the topic and the ability to go elsewhere for more detail. And the ISBN for that one, for Netter's Internal Medicine, ISBN 1-929-007-00-0, published by Icon Learning Systems. ISBN, keep a hold of it, ISBN 1-929-007-00-0. A good book. And textbook of Bruner and Suther's textbook of medical surgical nursing, which is the best textbook you can get on medical surgical nursing. Very extensive and covers everything. And you can get it in one volume set, or one volume, or in 2-volume set, because it makes for a pretty thick book in one volume, and so you can get it in 2 volumes to make it easier. Susan C. Smelter, Brenda G. Baird, Janice L. Hinkle, and Carrie H. Keeber also assisted in writing and editing the book. Mary Hinkle Cheever, that was volume 2, and then you get this one's volume 2, and then I've got the volume 1. Okay. Published by LWW. With Lippincott, Williams, and Wilkins. Walters Kluwer. And it has everything broke down pretty good, and the different charts and different explanations, nursing diagnoses and evaluation sections and management sections, just everything you'd need, and also gives a good physiology, real good physiology and anatomy that you need, what anatomy you need, and about just nearly everything, and descriptions like this of all the instruments and medical equipment that you need, and how to use them, how to use electronic equipment, how to use the test instruments, good illustrations of everything. Very good. Very good book. Very extensive. And Central Clinical Anatomy. Keith L. Moore and Ann M. R. Egger. Lippincott, Williams, and Wilkins. It has pretty good illustrations in it all the way through. All these books come with CDs to help you. So they've got, it's got all kinds of good illustrations. Very good. Clinical Anatomy. Lippincott, Williams, and Wilkins. ISBN 0-7817-6274-X. (0-7817-0274-X) and neuroscience. Good neuroscience book. Purves, Augustine, Fitzpatrick, Hall, Lamantia, McNamara, and Williams. Neuroscience. Put out by Sinar Associates Incorporated Publishers, Sunderland, Massachusetts, USA. And ISBN 13-978-0-87893-725-7. Oh, crud.